No Shave November is upon us, and this is a live stream that has two large beards on the screen. Seems like a fitting show for today. Welcome, you guys. My name is Dan C. Bearded. I'm the co-host of this Doctor's Orders live stream, episode 114, sponsored by absolutely nobody. This is for you guys and just hanging out with the community. I like to talk. I like to discuss random things. I like to highlight great people behind great companies. And speaking of that, we've got two of the very best in the world. We have Miss Jillian Phelps behind the scenes in the chat right now. You guys see that little blue wrench? That means you need to behave because she knows how to use it. And beyond that, the gentleman to the side of me here looks like he got a fresh head shave either yesterday or today, looking nice and clean. We got some beard accessories that he's going to talk about that I've never really seen. Was I accurate on the head shave yesterday, today?
No.
Well,
I mean, hold on. Maybe it was yesterday. I did sideburns today.
Oh, that's what I was good. That was my clue, was the sideburns.
You know, I did the nice fade here. You know,
Yep.
I did the 2, 1.5, 1/2.
Yep.
No guard.
Dang,
fade.
You went bald with it?
Well, I go bald up here. So eventually the sideburn goes bald.
Got to. So this is the doctor himself. If you're looking at this and you're like, Dr. Nix, yeah, he's a doctor, the doctor of time and space, the follically gifted, vertically challenged, mentally distinguished Mr. Nick himself. Nick, how you doing on this Tuesday, our first November Tuesday?
Man, it's like let the games begin. It's like
right.
It's like the calm before the storm right now is kind of what it is.
For sure.
Which is good. You know, it's just the time of year gets crazy for us in so many ways, good ways. You know,
I was talking to Sam today, and if you guys aren't on the side of like content creation or beard companies, I'm not kidding you. It's crazy. Like going into November, a switch just flips, and it's all of a sudden in my comments, a flood of brand new people. The views go up, the watch time goes up, company sales and website visits, and the emails and the inquiries about deals and new sense, it all just magnifies. And then you would think when November ends, it's December, so it must calm down. It's no longer No Shave November. No. Then it's holiday shopping, holiday searching, beards for the winter. It just gets going crazy. Oh,
God, holidays. Just don't remind me. They're so close, and I just don't want them to be.
Right. They're close. I saw a Facebook post today from a lady, and she said, Christmas is so close. Are you guys done Christmas shopping yet?
Stop it.
Done? How about started? Done? Are you crazy?
You know what? That's a super passive aggressive thing to say from that lady's behalf. You know, I'd say she was looking for a fight, you know, first of all.
Not
and like that's not nice. You know,
no.
And you know what? And she's probably projecting. She probably has no Christmas shopping done. She probably has none done, and she's trying to make everyone freak out so that she can be reassured that she's not the only one that doesn't have any shopping done. I see what she's doing there. I didn't even read it, and I know what's going on there.
Yep. Well played. Now, Christopher says, you watch it with the vertically challenged or us short kings will rise up. Well, you can't rise up. I'm just kidding. He said, as far as we can.
Yeah, as far as we can.
Yeah, well played, Christopher. Hey, what?
I don't know what your bar for vertically challenged is.
Dude, get out of my brain. I was just posing the question, what's our Vegas? I did Vegas odds on age last night. My median age was like 45 in the chat, just if you're curious. So what is the breaking point for a short king? What height for an adult male, let's say in America, right? Because we know that it can be regionally based. But in America, at what point are you no longer short? Because like I initially thought 6 foot, but 5'11's not short. 5'10's not short.
Yeah, like I'm 5'10, so
Are you 5'10?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. So then on the top of my head, I don't think that you would be short or vertically challenged.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Okay. 5'9", 5'9", yeah. If I saw an adult male and he told me he was 5'9", but that's crazy because the difference of 5'10" to 5'9" is like huge in my head, but it's only 1 inch.
It depends too if the person has hair.
Oh, because then they get that little extra boost.
Or if they're bald and they wear hats, I guess, right?
Jill's 5'3", so I'm a giant. Yeah, I remember when we visited, Jill was like, the entire command family are giants.
Yeah. Joe was just scared she was going to get eaten for protein the whole time you guys were here.
We do love protein.
Yeah.
Michael's also
the
5'3".
carnivore diet had her worried. She's like, shit, I look like an appetizer. This is not good.
Michael's 5'3", so he's right there with you, Jill. I knew that. That's crazy. I could, like Jill and Michael, I could rest my chin standing like on their head.
Like boom.
I'm a full foot more than that. That's why Jill said that's horrifying. Yeah.
Get away from me, large man.
I think the line is 5'9". I think that's where it's at. And yeah, that's a weird one, right? We get it's so interesting to naturally get
it's my fault, Michael.
about things that we can't control, right? There's we're not gonna get into it, but things that people get all weird about. It's like, you can't work out and get taller. You can't, like, at this age, eat better and get taller. Like, it's just where the cards are at.
I mean, they've fallen where they've fallen at this point, right?
Yeah, right. Leo says, my YouTube display is acting up. Browser tab, apps, no difference. Hope to hang out there nevertheless. Interesting. Try the good old blow on it, kick it, and then refresh it, Leo.
Yeah, did you reboot it?
Yeah. Yeah, give it a little smack. That always tends to work.
Spit on that thing. It had to be one, at least just one.
Nah, I'm not taking the bait. Leo says, growing up, average American male was 5'6". Yeah, so I used to teach about the Paleolithic age and the Neolithic age, and we'd go over the old cave paintings. And the way back then, you would sign your art as an artist is you'd put your hand on the wall, you'd get a hollowed out bird bone, and you'd suck up this mixture of like berries and clay and different minerals to make like a red paint. And you'd use the bird bone as like a straw, and you'd blow the paint over your hand. And so you'd take your hand away, and it was like the outline of a hand. And I'd show my students, and I'm like, hey, what do you guys context clues? What can you figure out about these artists? And they're like, they're little kids. It was like, ha. These were full-size adults. We were just much smaller then because we didn't understand diets. We didn't have hormones pumped in and steroids and all this stuff into our systems. And there's good and bad in growth, good ways and bad ways. But yeah, we used to be much, much, much smaller.
Yeah, I mean, Neanderthals are what gave us a bunch of height, technically.
Yeah, for sure.
But then the problem is they also made us walk less upright. So it was kind of 2 steps forward, 2 limps backwards.
Yeah. The bone density. There's so many interesting things.
Thank goodness for fish. They corrected that.
The band, by the way, guys. And
no.
Christopher says, I don't care about being short at all, but others seem to, so I'm here for the jokes. That's the only way to approach it, right? When you said we will rise up as far as we can, I want to hang out with you. Like that's the type of person I want to be around.
I mean, yeah, that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way.
Best part about being tall is if you start to get like a little bald spot on the back of your head, most people can't tell.
Yep. Until you walk past your Arlo camera and review the footage when it's mounted on the eaves of your house. Because then you're like, whoa, what was that shiny thing in the video of me? That's weird. And then you rewatch it and realize it was your shiny scalp. Shining in the sun in your Arlo camera footage.
Yep. Or Sam's like, walk ahead on the track so I can take a picture of your shirt. And you're like, yeah, I am looking kind of yoked today. Let's do it. And then you're like, oh, what's that thing?
What's that?
Yeah. Oh, DHT is what we call that.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Leo had a birthday yesterday. He is now officially 80 years old.
Well, congrats, Leo. You made it to level 80.
And he is down an inch. He's in that official shrinking portion of life.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. Leo,
I'm not super looking forward to that one.
Yeah. I feel like I said, Leo, go up. You can go up in the space station and hang out for a little while. Your vertebrae start to expand
Relax.
and
Get
separate.
an
So you can get a
inversion
yeah.
table.
Have you ever tried one of those?
So I do, but I grew up with tubes in my ears and sinus infections.
Same.
So they make me feel like my head's going to explode.
Same. I had tubes multiple times. Like
Yep.
they had to put them back in and have them out again. I think they just fall out.
Yeah, I don't know. There was the old ones, the new ones. There was one operation they did when I was a kid where they left this piece of like silicone that was supposed to slowly dissolve, and it like kept your sinus cavity
Yeah.
separated so they didn't like heal
I
together,
had the same one. Yep.
So no one told me that was in there. And so one day in the shower, like, you blow your nose in the shower like every dude in the world does.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden there's something there. So I do it more and more. And all of a sudden, the silicone thing comes flying out. And I'm like Jack's age or a little younger. I'm like maybe 10 or 11. So of course I like Tasmanian devil my way out of the bathroom. Like, what was this? It's square shaped. I was losing my mind. Holy hell. And it was like, they were like, well, it's a double-edged sword, It's like, we didn't want to tell you it was there because then you try to get it out. And then if we didn't tell you it was there and it came out, then you get freaked out when it comes out. So it's like, we really don't, you put us in a hard place here. I'm like, I put you in a hard place here. I feel like I'm the one starting to be apologetic for like you shoving a piece of silicone in my face that I didn't know about.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's that's funny. Sam is taking Violet to the doctor today, and we're just going to talk to the doctor to figure out like what we could do with Violet. This girl, we talk about Tasmanian devil, she keeps leveling up. Like she keeps going harder, and so we're not like looking medication or anything yet, but we're looking at like, can we get her blood tested, see where she's deficient in different minerals and vitamins and anything we can do, because we've tried this. She is
a superhuman. Like you're literally trying to like quench an unquenchable thirst for chaos there with that little one.
It's in
the most adorable chaos you've ever witnessed.
It is, yeah. And there's something there. Like most people are like, oh yeah, we have a crazy 4-year-old too. We have no, you don't. No, I've seen lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of kids. I taught lots and lots and lots of kids. There's nobody wired like Violet. I have 2 older kids. Like it's not like we're these new parents. There's nobody wired like Violet, and she doesn't stop. It is like, think about my motor, but choose evil, and that's her.
Yeah, wake up, choose violence.
That's crazy. Violet. And Sam's losing her mind. So, but yeah, we're taking her to the doctor today, and we're like, it's kind of bittersweet because it's going to be really weird, because I gave Sam all my notes and stuff. It's going to be really weird for Sam to talk about Violet and Violet's behavior in front of her to the doctor. But at the same time, it's like, maybe that's what she needs. Like it said in front of a really big kind of authoritative figure that she's known since birth. Like, kind of bittersweet, but yeah, we're trying to figure it out.
This is when she sits back in the chair and cracks her knuckles, and she's like, bet. Yeah, all right, cool. This makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. All of a sudden you're like, what?
Yeah.
You've just been playing your bet this whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a government plant. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't never going to stop.
I ain't never going to stop, Tony.
Yeah, I ain't never going to stop terrorizing the entire family, city, and state. Never.
Never. She's gonna have her own preamble like he's got, like
yeah.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Yep. So I'll keep you guys posted. But before that, Nick, I've never seen these accessories. Tell us what they are, how you went about it, and then just kind of the mindset. Why today? What are your thoughts? Because I get asked about these beads all the time, and I have zero personal experience. So we just got motion on my watch because they're leaving to go to the doctor right now. So break it down for us, Nick. Beads. So what's the deal?
Jill might be able to bring the little thing up for us, if she felt so inclined, so I can show you how you get the beads on there. Yeah, there you go. Yep, Jill's got everyone covered too. No, we don't have an Amazon affiliate. At this point, I'm starting to feel like I should.
You should.
But let's see. I got This morning, it was funny. I was going to do a braid, and then I was just going to hold it in the bottom with one of these. So this little jobber, oh, that's a lot of face right there, isn't it? I don't even have autofocus turned on because this camera is a little wonky, but it's just a little metal bead, and I put a little clear rubber band through it. And so you can turn any bead into like a bottom of the beard holder. You just slide the bead on, take the little band, put it through, and loop it through itself a couple of times. Then you'll have a little end. But these guys are just slid on. They're just held on by beard. There's no band on these guys. And so all I did was just split it down the middle, put a bead through each section, brought them together, and pulled it through as one section there, and then did the same thing down there. And it all holds together pretty well. And it's got, what I like about it is it's got some nice like weight to it like this.
Yeah.
So it stays down.
That's nice.
And if you need to put it up, the beads kind of click together like this one here. Kind of like slides through almost. And like if you space them out right, just so happens this where mine land, they kind of clip together there in the end. So it just kind of hangs. Yeah.
Okay. And are they just clips, or how do they apply? Like the part that's at the top there, how do you get those on?
I'll show you here in just a second, but they're basically, these are just beads. You can see them. They just twist. They're just regular, like these are like just tube shaped beads.
Okay.
So you can use any kind of bead. And Jill was nice enough to bring us the application tool here.
Thanks, Jill.
And some sample beads. God, everyone just, let me just be glad there's Jill. Without her, you guys would be upset all the time. So you get one of these guys.
Never
a
seen
little wire thing with a handle on it. And you just take the bead and you put it through this guy. So at that point, you got the little metal loop and you got your bead down here.
Okay.
And I'll just like show you with my mustache here. It won't stay on, but I'll show you. Actually, I'll show you at the bottom here. So I would just take this, take hair, pop it through. Right. So you got this kind of guy going on, which is hanging from there. And then what you do is you just slide the bead up the metal thing. And you pull your hair with, this is a smaller bead. So pull your hair with the metal thing through there. And then you just pull this through.
What?
And then you got the bead on the hair.
Whoa.
And
I've never seen that.
And it's like on there, because it's you're starting it up where it'd be further up than you'd be able to apply it by hand. You just gotta be careful not to like pull it back and break any of the follicle on the hair. You don't want to slide it up once you get it on. It's not really good for your hair. But that's basically how it gets on. And you just got to kind of get used to how much hair you're grabbing with this thing, But yeah, I just separated it and took this, popped it through, slid the bead up, did that. Same thing here, pop it on. Same thing here, pop it up, boom. And it's like an easy all day stays that way kind of thing. It's not like a braid where it eventually kind of starts like coming out,
Dude, you guys just got put on game right there, because I had no idea. I've never seen, I've never done that myself, and I've never seen somebody walk through that beading tool. Arden said he did it for Halloween. That was really cool. I might need you to be my guy and one day film just like a quick little clip of doing that, and then I make a video, and you're my demonstree.
We can do that. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get a skull right here at the top of the mustache. Let's see if it works. I wonder if I got it on the right way. There's no way I got it on the right way first try.
And Jill says, "Thank you for the Halloween card, Arden. It's on Nick's desk right now."
There we go.
It's
skull stash. You could like put skulls on there, and then you could like put a little bit of like, styling product in there. You could have like spikes coming out of the side of like the skull beads.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Yeah. Man. Yeah.
All kinds of fun.
I do want to take you up on that. I think that would be a highly searched video, a highly helpful video.
Oh, let's do it.
I don't like to do things I'm not comfortable with, like teaching myself. And so I would love to.
Do you guys see what Dan did there too? He's really good at it. What he did was he came up with an idea, and then he volunteered me to do it. And then he waited, and then he says, "You know what? I think I will take you up on that." After I agreed to do it, like I just talked him into me being the guy in his video. Do you see how tactfully he does that though? Like that's like That you say you guys just got some game like that. You guys just got master classed.
Why are you showing my cards, Nick? That
Oh,
is my
you
move.
showed them. I'm just laminating them. Fucking
Dude,
taking
that's
a picture of them.
No one ever picks up on my tag. That's literally what I do. And this is being 100% serious.
That's
guys.
what I do too.
I like to have people have personal investment. I like to have people think stuff is their idea and theirs, even if it's me that's planting it and stuff. I don't need credit for ideas. So if I literally came back and said, you know what, I'll take you up on your offer. And then
I love it.
Nick's like, when did I offer?
And I'm like, oh, you pull the New York fast change rope a dope on me.
Oh man,
I wrote the book.
That's so funny. I hope Sam's not watching, because that's my tag. That's
Oh,
my
listen.
go-to.
This is gonna be an edited video. You guys are getting this version of this video just once, and then you're gonna see the live stream replay, and it's gonna show the little edited icon down at the bottom.
Jamie, we can edit this out in post, right? Yeah. Okay. Good. Got
Perfect.
It. All right.
We're just gonna punch back in 3, 2. All right.
Woo! All right.
Anyway,
had to pee, guys. Sorry, had to pee.
Back to yeah.
Do it. Do it, Nick. Do it.
Not gonna do it.
Oh, they're not paying our invoices, guys. So we're not doing it anymore.
Oh, you know what? Actually, no, Poppy wasn't. But you know what? Now that Dr. Nix is brought to you in part by Culture Pop, who does pay their invoices in a timely fashion.
And D Dot says, I kind of thought that's what Dan was doing there. Hey, but if you talk about like a good way to get like the best out of people and make them like invested in a great way, that's how you do it. You make people personally invested in good causes, good situations. It's good for everybody. And I mean that.
Yeah, you're not slow talking someone into shooting heroin, right? I mean, you're talking people into good situations that are good for everybody. It's, no, I mean, I love it though. I think that was fantastic.
No, 100%.
It's so my favorite move though is I think I do that same thing, but then I argue with it. So just to like further remove myself from the possible situation, I'll argue with it and intentionally lose.
Yeah, you have to. You're like, but I don't know, Nick, if you would really be able to like show it well on a camera for that.
No, I think we could, Dan. We'd have to get the light and blah, 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 and then I'd sell it to you. And then I'm really invested.
You're right. We could do that.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it works, you guys. I hope you guys realize in that short amount of time, 100% for free, you just got put on 2 different aspects of game. How to apply beard beads, which I did not know. Like if you told me there was a tool involved, I couldn't have told you what it looked like, how it functioned. I did not know that. And I know a lot of beard stuff. So you got that for free. Didn't even plan on it. And then you got a little bit of a tactic on how to motivate people. Now, where did I learn that? Coaching. Teaching. If you want to get a kid and personally invested into a project, make him think that it's his idea to do the project. Like if you want an athlete to be a leader, make them think that it is their idea to go be this like great leader. And then as they do it and as they practice it and repeat it, it just becomes natural for them. And so, yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah, though. I mean, it's the way.
Yep.
Just about every type of team building works.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
And just so everyone knows, it is not called a beard bead thingy like I've been calling it. It is called a bead threader. So you guys can put that one in your book. It's a bead threader.
Interesting. See, I looked up beard bead thingy.
Yeah.
And I mean, we got
some more generic. Just look for hair bead threader.
There you go.
No, they even have multi-speed beaters.
Like you can do multiple at once?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, here's one right here. That's an automatic loading high-speed multi-bead threader.
Electric?
I mean, no, it's not electric, but it does look like it's bolt action, and I think this thing means business. I'll tell you.
It's not electric, but it's got a Hemi.
Yeah, damn right. Pull start.
The one Nick. For dreads. Interesting. I could see that.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I can see that. Has Jill had dreads at some point in her life?
No, but keep asking that question because the answer is going to be yes. Hopefully someday soon. Like, she held off for so long, and I'm like, do it.
I could see her with the tats and the vibe and like I could see it.
Oh, the tattoos and the piercings, and it's just
Yeah.
like she's just asking for it.
Yeah. Yep. I could see it. I could see
I'd
it.
have my very own Sherry Moon zombie running around the
How
house.
did I put? That's crazy. Like in my actual interesting. So
Oh
you
yeah,
think
we talk about it like on a weekly basis.
interesting. Okay. All right. All right. Hey, in the chat, ladies, fellas, everybody, what has been your most out of the usual hairstyle in your life? It could be facial hair, it can be head hair. What did you have something like most of us guys had a nasty chin strap when we were like 16 to 20, something in there. I had a full-fledged bowl cut. And when you think like, oh, damn that, no. Like a full bowl cut. Like unbelievable bowl cut. I'll actually have to send a picture of one.
We talk about long form transparency. We're going all the way long form today because I happen to be at my home office. We bring up bad haircuts as I am sitting adjacent to a folder of old photos of me in analog form.
Of course we are. Like this was
Why
not
wouldn't we
discussed
be?
or planned, but of course
No,
when
we
I
didn't
say
talk about this at all. And my mom just so happened to send these out a while back. I was going through stuff in my drawer and I put them right here probably 2 weeks ago because I'm going to go through and put some other stuff. Oh yeah, she did.
She had the I'm 100% serious right now. I don't mind the female mullet when they like poof it up and put some texture in it and rack it back like
when
Vikings,
done right.
Or Vikings, the show where the main girl, or if like girls braid the side. And it's pulled up
You
top.
got like the side, or in what was that? She was a total BA too. Was it in the Star Wars thing? Hold on. Come on.
I know what you're talking about, I think. I don't know. But it's a look that I like. Now The
Mandalorian, what was her name though? She had that same that it was like braided on the side. Yeah, she was total badass.
That look.
Yeah, it's good. And she looked like she would definitely kick both of our asses at the same time.
For sure.
Okay. So unusual hairstyle. Should I go for it? Should I just go for like full on like high school photo still attached like to the multi photo paper here? Like we have multiple photos squared up. Okay. So this haircut won me a couple of things. In the first one was being called Miss in front of everyone on my first day of school on my birthday in ninth grade in a new town as my first day in school as a freshman. And I'm standing in, of all classes, shop class. And I'm standing there looking at something in the back of the room, and the teacher's going around calling out everybody's names. And then he says, excuse me, miss. And I'm still sitting there doing my thing. And he's Irish guy. So he goes, "Oi, lassie."
Oh, double down.
And I was like, huh? And I'm like, who's he yelling at? And I turn around. He's like, "Oh, laddie. Sorry, laddie. Okay." So, of course, that went over really, really well. So I had, all right, here we go. This is 14-year-old, clean shaven, long red hair that eventually turned into spikes.
Ooh.
Here we go.
Dude, that's Jack. Holy crap. Dang.
He looks just like me, that poor kid.
He looks just like you, dude.
Dude, it's like, oh yeah, but
I've seen worse hair.
It was pretty bad. I mean, it was gelled back there. I think it had a lot of Aussie in there at the time, probably.
Jill, that's what I thought too. Is whoa! I did on Instagram. I did before I created you guys a post that was the side by side of you and Jack making silly faces. And
here we go.
I'm gonna have to go back and find it because that was like absurd how close you guys look.
Here's tough guy.
Oh, let me see.
Super tough guy.
Were you emo phasing it?
Oh,
or emo life in it?
I was, I don't know whating it.
Okay.
Who knows what I was?
That lane.
Here's me on the dandelion picking team.
That's real?
Oh yeah. Right there. Bowl cut.
Oh yeah. I was full bowl cut.
Straight bowl cut. Look at that bowl cut. Mom, are you in here? You like, dear goodness.
That was the thing, man.
Look at that thing. It was cut with a full lobie. It was just like, it wasn't so bad. She roughed that one up a little bit, but man.
That's just style, man. Oh, yeah. Here we go. All right, let me show this one real quick, and then I got a couple of pictures to show as well. Here is Nick and Jack. Oh, it's actually, it's either that photo or just like that photo.
Yeah, I have that one downstairs.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's you. This is you on both.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's me and me.
But again, tell me that that's not Jack.
Dude, we are remarkably close. Like, it's scary, actually. Like, the other side of his family's Italian. Like, the kid's got like dark skin, dark hair, brown eyes. Like, my genetics are wrong. Like, literally, if you call people have type A personalities, like my DNA is type A. It's like, no, you'll get to talk in a minute. We'll tell you when. Just shut up.
Oh, same. Like Sam, same kind of thing, right? Dark hair, dark eyes are usually dominant genes. I have lighter hair. I have blue eyes. All three kids, blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, that's not supposed to happen. And so, yeah, I feel you.
My genes are supposed to be the less dominant ones. But like, if you look at, I gotta get photos of like my two uncles, my dad, and me, and try to get like line them all up and filter them all similarly, so you can't tell which ones are older. And man, I bet people might legitimately have a hard time picking me out in them.
Your mom, I was not responsible.
She says that she was responsible for the haircuts most times, and well, actually, I wouldn't let her cut my hair because I was a giant pain in the ass. But she was responsible for a lot of the clothes. She wasn't responsible for the later on haircuts.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But like the bowl cuts,
yeah,
that was you.
I got you. All right, chat. Where do we want to go next? Do you want to see my picture from my senior year or Jill's mullet first? Which one are we going? Both.
I've seen Jill's mullet. I want to see your senior year first.
Oh, and mine. So to set up mine is my water polo picture for when I was like, I got named All-American. And so when you get named All-American, you get this like big.
Is this a PG photo?
13.
Okay.
Yeah, 13.
Okay.
Nothing waste, we're good there. So,
okay.
And so I got named All-American. We get this like photo shoot and they put all these pictures all over. And I want you to peep the hair on this one. So this is me. This is my senior year here. Hairdo, but also kind of tough, kind of a tough picture. All right, here we go for the picture. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, baby.
Yes.
20 years ago. 20 years ago.
Oh, Sam. Wow. You got your hands full with this one.
No way. Yep, that's me, guys. That's me.
Dear goodness.
I got a bunch of those.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, literally 20 years ago now is when that picture was taken.
I like how you got like the predator, like I'm coming for you figure too. Like you're giving everyone like the water polo version of like the Buddy Christ.
Yep. And I was mean too. I was aggressive water polo player. There's a little taco meat there. Look closer, Michael. A little bit of texture. You see it there. But dude, yeah, you saw those to And One. I used to go to And One and watch them. But yeah, I used to be ripped and intimidating, all that stuff. So yep, that was the hair. I rocked that hair all of high school. We'd shave once a year, let it grow back, shave once a year, let it grow back.
Dude, that's definitely not Dan.
That's Dan. Yep, that was me. And if you look real close, there is a soul patch. I did always keep the soul patch. And let me see if I can go bigger here. I kept the soul patch under my bottom lip there.
Oh, there you go.
Little bit of texture change. I never fully shaved. That was like my big thing is I never fully shaved. I always kept the soul patch.
There you go. So you've at least had some form of facial hair all the way through high school almost.
Yeah. Yep. Since my freshman year, I rebelled against my dad who told me, get that crap off your face. I had to leave something. And I left the soul patch. It's Dan. I can see it in the eyes. Yeah, I got those sleepy hooded eyes. Yeah. It's like you don't know what I'm thinking. All right. Now we gotta show Jill here.
I'm looking at the one that she shared with us too. I'm laughing my ass off at this one. Just so everyone knows, this is not a wig on Jill.
All right. Here we
This
go.
is my beautiful little wife, as beautiful little her little teenage self.
And there it is.
There we go.
It is the hair, the volume.
So much volume. The hair, the pearls, the 3 shirts.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Did you ever do the like double popped collar phase?
No.
I didn't either, but I lived through it.
Oh, I lived through it. I saw plenty of it. Like, that's for damn sure. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yep. No, I see. Yeah, I see Jill in there. Like,
I mean, look at those rose glasses, though. I mean, those just the whole package here is just, you know, she really put it together. She was really going for it.
Yeah. Jill, what year was this? Because how is Jill and I the same age?
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Oh, she's younger than you.
Okay. 2006. Okay, so my picture was from like 2005. So it was right in that time.
Dear God, you guys would have never hung out with each other in high school.
Right. Right. No, we were just talking about this on Wednesday with Sam on stream. In high school, I was like universally, I got along with everybody.
Were you an omnivore? Were you a social omnivore?
I was. I got literally along with everybody. I wasn't like the super coolest guy that, you know, would walk down the hall and all the girls would faint and stuff. That wasn't
You weren't
me.
Van Wilder.
No, exactly. I wasn't that, but I was cool with everybody. I was really good at sports, so that got notoriety. But then I was very nice. And then my claim to fame in high school, Sam told the story on Wednesday. Essentially we were in weight class and there was a kid who was a swimmer. He was kind of a nerdier guy, but I was like breaking the mold of swimmers. You know, I could be tough and cool and still swim. And this like jerk, this really big fat kid came up and was just fully bullying this kid. And this is my junior year. And he's fully bullying this kid. And I go through, Chiodo's nice. And I go through and I essentially tell him to stop. Whole thing ends. I'm sitting down. This kid comes over. His name was Chris. This kid comes over, slaps me in the face. Like slaps me in the face because I stopped it. His buddies all made fun of him, so he had to come make up for it. So I stand up. We're outside the locker room, or like the gym locker room, the weight room area, and has his back to the stairs that are going downstairs. These like school concrete whatever stairs. And
yeah, I've been thrown down a set of those. I know them well.
Oh yeah. It was like my cleanest. I used to fight a lot. Stupid, not proud of it, but that's just how my past was. My cleanest connection ever, right on this dude's face. He had his backpack on as well. He tumbled all the way down these stairs after getting dropped. And the whole school was there. Like lunch was getting out and it was just like unbelievable. I got suspended for 10 days and my parents were like so proud of me. My dad like fist bumped me in the office and it was like legend of the school because I just knocked this kid down because he was bullying other kids.
That's amazing. You came back to like all your papers just being like your teachers like, actually he was here and they passed that. No, I remember that. Yeah, he did great on that.
So you want to know how literally true that is? I have back here somewhere the presidential award from high school for perfect attendance all 4 years of high school. They deleted those. Those were my only days I ever missed school. They deleted them. The office ladies deleted them. So at the end of the year, I had a clean, perfect attendance for all 4 years. I believe it was Bush when I was in, and I got the presidential award.
That is freaking amazing. Yeah, the only way you did that is if you had friends in the office or friends like with a kid like me at the school to get rid of things like that.
Exactly. And the office, the teachers, they all hated this bully. They hated this kid. Big, and I'm not even using it as like a slang, just describing big, fat kid. And he just would pick on these younger kids and man, bam, blast him in the face. So that felt good. And it was always my dad's rule, right? Don't write a check that your butt can't cash, but you don't start it, but you finish it, that type of deal. So yeah, they were cool with it. They never minded.
Dude, Jill, based on Dan's story, you know what song you need to send him a link to from Spose. So you should do that while we're here. Basically, it's a great story. You'll love it.
Please do. All right, guys. It is No Shave November. Nick, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a large, notable beard. You also have what I would call a welcoming personality, meaning people come up to talk to you. You're not
They do.
somebody that has a resting bee face. You know, you seem pretty approachable in most situations. When you
Yep.
talk, you're well spoken, so people are going to come up to you. In November, I'm assuming random things happen with the beard and conversations. When somebody, whether it's a wife or the guy himself, and they say, "Hey, No Shave November, I'm trying it. I'm going with it." What do you say? Because not only are you an experienced beardsman, a U.S. national champion, but also a beard product company owner, genuinely just curious, where do you go with that conversation when someone wants to start growing a beard and taking care of a beard?
Oh, I just tell them to get after it. And it depends what they say. They're like, oh, I was just getting started with that. Like, how long did it take you to grow that? I usually make a joke and tell them I shave it off every night and it grows back in every morning like this. It's a genetic condition. I really don't like talking about it. We do all sorts of those fun things. Or if they give me compliments about it, I usually tell them like, don't give it an ego. Like I already have to deal with it every day. It stays wet out of the shower. Like, don't make it more of a nuisance. But no, I usually, honestly, it's like, unless someone has genuine questions, I answer them. But I'll usually handle compliments and with making fun of myself in some way, making people laugh, or just trying to make them feel good in one way. Like, it's like, they'll say something about, I'm trying to grow it out, but, I don't know. I don't know. I always end up shaving it off. If I feel like they need a compliment, I'll tell them like it looks good, or, the best trick to growing a long beard is not shaving, that kind of thing. Like I give them one of those.
Yeah.
But honestly, I usually get some pretty decent questions though. And like a lot of them lead to shameless self-promotion, although I don't start there.
You got to have a point at some point when you're like, and actually, while we're on the topic, I actually make beard products for a company. It's part of my living. And
so I usually give them a card. That's how I kind of kick that off. And it usually starts because of them talking about the problem that causes them to shave it. So in No Shave November, people's comments to me typically are, X, Y, and Z comment about how I'm growing a beard this November. And then they'll say, I do it every year, but, and then there's always a reason why they shave it.
Yes.
Either it's going to be my wife doesn't like it. My significant other, my partner does not like it. Right. Keep things agnostic here. Or it gets itchy, or it gets hot. Or I get flakes, or it gets red, because I've learned from talking to people, redness is not always accompanied with discomfort. Like some people have redness on their skin and their beard and they're never itchy and they never get flakes. They just get red. And it's never burns or anything, but it's like, the first guy that talks to me is the one that I can't deal with the itch. So that's literally when I usually tell them, I'm like, neither can I. And I'll usually tell them like my face hates having a beard. I'm like, oh, tell me about it. My face can't stand having hair growing out of it. And they're like, well, in case you didn't notice, there is a significant amount of hair growing out of your face area. And so with that, that's usually when I tell them like, that's why I had to start making, my own beard products way back almost 10 years ago, because they're just, there wasn't anything that I could use to get rid of the itch, because I was itchy from growing. Then the stuff that I used made it worse, and yada, yada, yada. And I kind of just tell them the story, and that kind of just leads to a conversation typically. But yeah, the things that I hear in November the most are, hey, I'm growing up my beard. How long did it take to grow that? Or, hey, because I think people are trying to get a barometer, right? They know they're not going to get this in a season, but they're like, did it take 4 years and I can be a quarter of the way there? Or did that take like 10 years and I'm going to be like a tenth of the way there? I think they're trying to gauge their level of potential commitment.
Yeah. And another common one that I get, and I bet you do too, is so many guys will say to me, wish I could grow a beard like that, or I just can't grow a beard like that. And it's when I go into the explanation of, You'd be shocked at
It's like,
what
when's the
giving
last
it.
time you tried?
Yeah, you'd be shocked at giving it a couple more months to see how it fills in, and even more importantly, as you get length, how it covers some of those areas that you're so worried about.
Yeah.
I say, like, I probably have patches under here that I don't even know about, and they're entirely covered. And that one's a huge one, is guys see your beard, they think, I can't ever have that, but they've never given it a chance. They never tried.
Or the last time they tried is like how you like to talk about, where they
Yeah.
tried when they were just out of high school,
Yep.
or they drank their first legal beer, and then they woke up the next morning and was like, I'm going to start smoking and not shaving. And then like a
Right.
month later, they didn't have a full beard, and they were like, oh, I guess I can't grow a beard, but I'm really good at drinking. I'll keep doing that.
100%. 100%. And this is a really good point too, Michael. I hear this all the time too, is every time I tell someone to use beard oil, they say no, and they don't have time for that. But then they scratch all day. The amount of times I give any beard advice and the immediate knee-jerk response is, I don't have time for that. I work, or I don't have time for that. I get up early for work. And it just kills me for them to understand the perspective of 5 minutes and how it can change everything with your beard, your appearance, your enjoyment of your facial hair. 5 minutes, just go to bed 5 minutes earlier if you want the exact same amount of sleep, and wake up 5 minutes earlier. That's it. It changes everything. But Michael, now that you say that, that really hits, because I hear
people
that all
say
the time.
that a ton.
Oh, a ton.
That's like
gonna write that
probably
down.
the most typical response is, I don't have time for that. That needs to be a stream.
Yep. It's going to be a stream, a video.
Because I don't dedicate that much more new time.
No.
I think I've reallocated some time. I think
Right.
that's more what I do. Like, if I look back to when I would get up, get out of the house, and get somewhere in my early 20s without a beard, I would say that I probably do those things faster now with a beard. And I have different steps, Like, for example, I don't have to sit on my ass and stare at the wall for 8 minutes while I'm tying my shoe phase. I mean, that used to happen at 22. That was rough. That took up anywhere between 8 and 37 minutes. I mean, that was a long time.
Yeah. Nope. 100%. How much time did you spend shaving? How much money did you spend on cartridges? If you're not shaving, how much time did you spend scratching your face? How much time did you spend flicking off the flakes of your shirt?
How much time did I spend dabbing blood spots, waiting for them to stop bleeding so that I could leave the house without worrying about forgetting all the toilet paper stuck all over my face?
Yeah. And Leo's right. 5 minutes is on the long side. If you want to go bare minimum, which it seems like a lot of guys do, get beard wash in the shower and beard oil out of it and comb, you're good. You don't need styling. You don't need butter. You don't need conditioner. Leave it at that, and your entire beard journey is such a different path. But we get so many guys. Where does this come from, too? If we're going to look at it, and obviously, guys, there's exceptions, and I'm talking about generalities here. Calm down. But why is it that the concept of like a 7-in-1 product is associated solely with men? Or you don't even try to pitch it to women. They're so smart that they're like, that's dumb. But for guys,
I love your description of why it doesn't work.
Yeah, there's a decent percentage of guys that would literally take you up on a 7-in-1 product. That would say
they totally would.
It's going to save me 3 minutes. Yes, done.
Wait, I got less stuff, less money, less time, and more time to go drink beer. Hell yeah, brother.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean that's I think I don't know. I think convenience is like a thing. I think it's like any amount of time you can shave off your day, people are going to try to take it, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But I think it's like I don't know. You're right. We're prone to find shortcuts. We're prone for multi-purpose products. We're like the kings of like can openers / dipstick / grout tool toenail clippers.
For real. Like real.
Like, why would you want all those things? Like the Swiss Army knife that's so wide, it's bigger than any of the one tools that you're replacing with it and doesn't work as well as any of them.
Can't use it. Yeah.
No, can't use it. The thing's just all tools and hinges. It doesn't do anything at that point.
And JB, same here. My beard, people are like, doesn't it get old? Don't you get sick of taking care of your beard? From the bottom of my heart, no. Absolutely not. I'm sure others do. I'm not discounting anybody. But for me, it is my time. leave me alone. Let me think about my beard care. Let me enjoy this beautiful peppermint rosemary I'm applying to my face and getting that aromatherapy aspect of it. No, I love that time.
I just sent Dan a photo quickly of the reason I don't get bored with my beard grooming routine is because everyone, all of our customers, all you guys, right? All you guys send in all these awesome photos of like your daily beard oils, you know, and like your favorites, and you got like your nice little organized shelves and stuff. And in your heads, you're probably like, man, I bet Dr. Nick has like a sick setup. It's got like lights underneath it, and it's got like every single one of the beard oils sitting there. Well, funny enough, is I will have one beard oil or two, maybe three that I have going at a time, like full size retail ones. But the majority of my mornings are spent using something that looks like what Daniel's going to show you here in a minute, of test bottles. And so my beard adventure every day is quite literally that. It's an adventure every day because I'm usually trying something that we're working on at the shop. And so I don't really get to have much consistency. I'm sitting there working through little coated bottles that have different things written on them and different little pieces that we have like lined up on notebooks that we're sitting there running through scent profiles and trying out new things. So my beard routine is anything but routine these days because I'm just testing stuff like crazy that you guys want.
Yep. There you guys go. And that's what it takes, a peek into Nick's bathroom. You can see it right there, all coated, all, what was this one? What was that one? Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's R&D at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and Christopher brings up a good one here, and we don't ever get political. We don't ever try to get controversial, but I always think about this. The hyper-masculine thing is to not use products, to not care for yourself, to not, like, if you were to say, hey, I'm moisturizing my skin, most guys aren't going to say, oh, that's super masculine. But when, as a history
that's teacher, super tough, brother.
Right. But as a history teacher, we watched the movie 300, and you're like, oh my gosh, Leonidas from the Spartans, what a beast. Themistocles from Athens, oh, legend, huge beards, like just jacked. They quite literally groom each other's beards the night before battle. That was how they prepared their bodies for battle, and they are seen as some of the most hyper masculine men of all time. Okay, you need more than that. All right. The Vikings were buried with special made beard combs. And we have the Egyptians that would use heat on their beards. We have the Aborigines in Australia that were using oil and documenting it and proud of it. We, like the real masculine men on the front lines fighting and epitomized as bros, cared for themselves deeply. And then at some point, I hate to go the conspiracy route, I do believe that shaving propaganda has had a massive impact on the masculine psyche of men today. And I think that has been done super well, very profitable. And it kind of kills me because, yeah, there are a lot of guys when you say like, oh, hey, use some beard oil. And they're like, oh, I don't use products. Like, well, you're using shaving cream, you're using aftershave, you're using razors.
Right.
You're like,
so like which products, just like you said, what makes someone short? Like, okay, what makes someone effeminate? Right. Like shaving cream, got to pass.
Right.
Okay. To be fair though, like if we're really being fair here, women can use shaving cream on much more areas of their body than you can use shaving cream. So, I mean, to be fair, shaving cream is kind of a women's product at that point, right?
Right.
And beard oil, women can, use on their skin. That's about it. They can use it on their hair and the roots and stuff for dry spots, but we can use it much more daily than they can. Much 100%. More manly products. It's like, okay.
And G Squared is right. He says the stereotype is that women have like tons and tons and tons of products. Men don't have any. We should all meet in the middle. As someone that gets to analyze the men's industry very deeply and then learn from the women's industry, the women's industry preys on this to a T. Where in the men's industry, we are seen as it's not something that we need. It's not something that's masculine. So you got to be fair, very fair with prices. I hope you guys understand. Beard products are unbelievably fairly priced, especially when you look at the women's industry for cosmetics, and they know.
Yeah, women's beard oil is way more expensive.
But look at women's cuticle oil. Look at women's face serums. Look at women's moisturizers. Look at women's toners and these things that you would say, oh, that ingredient list is just like this beard product, just like this beard product, and see how much more expensive it is on the women's side of things.
It's
because
crazy.
They're told for generations, you need to have this. If you want to be a fancy lady, you need the top tier quality products and blah, 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 blah. And they're so much more expensive. So they do get to charge because of that psyche. On the men's side, we have to fight the opposite, where guys are like, I don't need this. Me paying $20 for an oil that's going to last a month, meaning if I use it every single day, it's less than $1 to use, is like preposterous to them. Like, that's so expensive. How do you afford life? And it's like, hey, go check the wife's counter if you want to start adding up some prices. It's pretty crazy over there.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I recommend against doing that. Jill's going through like a slim down process of all of her products and stuff. She's trying to like refine what she has and get rid of a bunch of things. So
yeah,
she's diving in.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. And it is, Amber. It's a play on words. It's a pressure type thing. And they get it, man. These huge companies, the way they operate, I talked about last night, but I just dropped an affiliate because they had new ownership, and the new ownership went so hard on the e-commerce, only profit matters, don't care about wholesale, don't care about relationships. We would rather have mass net and lose some people through that net, but gain a bunch of other ones and have one-time customers. We don't care if they come back type thing. And I just can't. I can't line up with that, man. It's so crazy. And it's the women's cosmetic industry across the board. And even if a company starts doing well in the women's cosmetic industry, they get gobbled up by Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, those conglomerates just absolutely take all these things that start out great, and they just eat them up, consume them, and then it's like, oh wow, the quality changes. That's crazy. Yeah.
Well, it's evidence of living in a coin operated world, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people start these brands to make money, and someone comes along with a big pile of it, and they're most of them will take it.
Yeah, so true. All right, guys, hate to say it, but we are on the final 30 seconds right now, which is crazy. Couple of housekeeping items. We're going to keep talking about No Shave November this month. I highly encourage you guys to invite people, welcome them into the community, welcome them into great products. Couple of things here. Yule Tree Peppermint Bark. We will have a release date very soon to be able to announce. We're actually going to talk about that after the stream. So stay tuned for that. The one that screams Christmas to me is both of them, but if I had to say one over the other, it would be Yule Tree, just because I don't know how you get more Christmas than like a Christmas tree lot. It's pure Christmas. And so we'll have information out about that. Another bit of information, Dr. Nick's had a really big restock yesterday. So almost everything's available except for 3 different oils, and those will be coming. We'll get you guys updated as those come. So a bunch of things coming, you guys. Command's Corner coming not this Monday, but the following Monday. So stay tuned. Tons and tons of stuff coming in November and December from Dr. Nick's. Buckle up. It's going to be a fun ride. Nick, final words for our friends other than thank you guys for hanging with us today. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you forgot.
Hell yeah. I love it. What is it? We're going to be episode 115 on the 12th next week. Oh man, that's going to be awesome. Getting close to not only Command's Corner, but getting close to Thanksgiving, which is one of my favorite holidays of the year because it revolves around cooking and eating, which are also 2 of my favorite things. So very much looking forward to that. We're going to talk about that every day this month too. We're going to not shave and talk about turkey. That's what we're going to be doing here. I don't know what you're doing next Tuesday, 1:00 on Tuesday the 12th, but we're going to be here, not shaving, talking about turkey, and maybe even telling a Cracker Nasty story. Who knows what's going to happen? So let's stop on by, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in. Stay amazing.
All right, guys. Next Tuesday.